Pisces, Sag, Geminis, and Virgos, welcome to your March forecast reading, all right? Let's step into this energy of what this month has in store for y'all, because it definitely seems like it's going to be a cute month for y'all, but it's definitely going to be a month to where I see a lot of y'all having to fight, rebuild, reorder, and structure your lives in ways to where it's going to be a little uncomfortable, baby, okay? But it's going to be very much needed. Let's get into it. Mutable signs, tapping into the energy of March, definitely feels like it's going to be one of those months to where y'all are going to be faced with like a lot of heavy decisions, okay? Especially with the Two of Swords coming out for y'all, okay? Blindfolded, she has two swords in her hand. Whenever the Two of Swords come out, this is going to represent an energy of like y'all being in this phase and in this like viewpoint of like, you know what, I have to start making some better decisions for me. I have to start making better decisions for my health, for my love life, for my finances, for my friends, for my support system and team around me. So there's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of growing that I really feel like my mutable signs will be stepping into the energy of March about. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like self-exploration came out for y'all as one of your self-oracle cards, okay? Self-exploration. And this one says, peel off the false persona and get to know yourself to find the truth. And I really feel like that's what March is going to give. Y'all have to realize that in March we have Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, and we have two eclipse energies happening in the month of March, okay? So of course one of the eclipses is going to be really affecting y'all, which is going to be the one that's coming up on March 14th, which is the lunar eclipse that's going to be happening in Virgo. So of course that's going to be really heavily affecting y'all. And y'all know whenever there's an eclipse, that just represents a lot of faded endings, a lot of changes happening around, a lot of maybe people losing their jobs or quitting or leaving relationships, going through breakups. I mean, y'all are going to go through that anyway. Everybody is, being the fact that Venus is going to be in retrograde, okay? But with Venus in retrograde, everybody will be reevaluating their self-worth and their values and their money and their romantic relationships, even their friendships. You know, any type of relationship, Venus being in retrograde is going to call for you to go back to that drawing board and kind of start reevaluating like, okay, am I not getting what I need to get out of this friendship, out of this romantic partnership, out of this business partnership? It's going to just be a lot with Venus themes being put back on the drawing board. Then you also have Mercury in retrograde. So this is going to also call for all of us to work on our mental health, our organization skills. Mind you, both Venus and Mercury retrograde will be in Aries. So this is going to be a very fiery Mercury retrograde and a very fiery Venus retrograde, all right? So it's going to cause for a lot of people to be more impulsive or be more independent, be more kind of like, I'm focused on me, I'm not focused on you. But Aries is the first zodiac sign in the zodiac wheel, and this is going to cause for many people to really go back to self, go back to like, how am I being the best leader that I can be? How am I being independent? How am I being able to take charge in my life? In the areas where I feel like I'm being too codependent or too needy or too lazy. So March is definitely gonna be one of those months to where I see a lot of my mutable signs really finding that fight again, finding that spark again, finding that need to kind of go through like, you know what, I'm going to go through this. It's going to be a battle, but it's going to be one of those energies to where it's like, baby, I have to have faith in me. I have to have faith in my talents. I have to have faith in my skills, okay? So this is one of the reasons why the Seven of Wands came out, all right? It's going to be a lot of pushing and pulling, a lot of having to put in a lot of work, a lot of having to find balance in your life, okay? Because mind you, y'all also did get the Justice card coming out in reverse. And y'all already know when the Justice card comes out in reverse, that definitely could represent a March being like somewhat kind of out of balance for y'all. So like I said, March is gonna be one of those months where it's like, you know what, let me start finding my footing again. Let me start getting myself back in order. Let me start getting myself back in alignment where I feel out of order. Hopefully also with the Justice card in reverse, y'all don't be going through any type of legal issues, because y'all know the Justice card can represent like the justice legal system, all right? So make sure that y'all are getting y'all legal affairs together as well, mutable signs, okay? Make sure that y'all get all of that energy together. But also with the Justice card in reverse, like I said, this is a card that represents also taking accountability, being more self-aware. Like I said, I really feel like mutable signs, March is going to be one of those months to where it's like self, being more self-aware, working on your self-esteem, working on your self-confidence, working on your self-worth, everything that pertains to self. And that's what this energy is giving for my mutable signs, all right? So this is one of the reasons why I feel like Day 30 challenge came out for y'all, because I really see and feel like, you know, with this card coming out and also this card coming out, which represents challenging yourself, March is going to be one of those months where it's like, baby, challenge yourself to do this. Challenge yourself to heal that. Challenge yourself to end that. Like I said, whenever we are in retrogrades, mutable signs, this is not the best time to be starting anything, all right? So with Venus being in retrograde, do not try to start a new business, start getting some goal, like getting hired at a new job, or maybe even starting a new romantic partnership. Whenever there's a planet that's in retrograde, you want to pay attention to those themes of what that planet represents. And whatever that planet represents, that's not what you want to be starting or doing or amplifying right now, okay? Same goes for Mercury retrograde, all right? I'm not going to say don't travel. I'm going to just say be more cautious when you travel, okay? Let's make sure that we have everything planned. All of our paperwork is together. Make sure that you're not signing anything. Whenever something is in retrograde and you are starting something or doing something, 9 times out of 10, whatever you started or created is going to either not work out, or it's going to have to cause for you to have to go back and kind of be like, damn, I should have waited, or damn, I should have like maybe thought this process out a little more before starting this or doing this, okay? And then you also have eclipse energy going on, so I would not recommend any type of manifesting either, okay? Especially with the lunar eclipse that's happening in Virgo. Okay, this lunar eclipse is really going to play a lot on our health. So this is why challenge yourself came out for y'all mutable signs, because a lot of y'all are being asked to challenge yourself when it pertains to how can I get more healthy. Whenever we are in retrogrades, it's going to cause for us to have to go back and start figuring out what we can do better in, or what we need to start doing more of. Okay, so this is what we need to really focus on, especially with this Virgo energy eclipse and this Venus and Mercury retrograde in Aries. How are you finding ways to challenge yourself to grow? How are you finding ways to challenge yourself to be like, you know what, I didn't want this to end. I didn't need that to really be X out of my life, because that's a person that I really loved, or a thing that I really wanted to be at, or a job that I really want to have. But I'm going to challenge myself to continue to keep fighting. I'm going to challenge myself to continue to keep pushing through. I'm going to challenge myself to make sure that I'm doing what's best for me, to make sure that I'm stepping into the next season the best way I motherfucking know how. Okay, so that's what this energy gives. That's why it says challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential, and force yourself to do something new for 30 days to form a new habit. Okay, that's what you can do. It's not best to start anything like crazy, but if you want to go back to the drawing board with Venus being in retrograde, because Venus can also represent our desires and wants and needs. A lot of y'all will be reevaluating your desires and maybe even how you make money. A lot of y'all will be going back to the drawing board, focusing like, you know what other side hustle can I create that can help me bring in some more revenue. Okay, so these are all things that can help you when it pertains to keeping yourself consistent, and how you can make sure that you're doing what's best for you as possible, right? So that's one of the reasons why I feel like the Hermit came out in reverse for y'all as well. With the Hermit card coming out in reverse, I do feel like March for some of y'all will feel a little more lonely. But I also feel like it's going to cause for a lot more inner work to be had, a lot more, you know, introspective understanding of like, who am I and what makes me happy. You know, I really feel like a lot of y'all may also be in this energy to where it's like, you know what, I need to find my spark again. I need to find my self-worth again, my confidence again. And that's why I feel like the Queen of Wands came out. All right, y'all are going to be feeling real bold and real fiery and real passionate in March, all right? Whether it's going to be the beginning of March for some is going to be for the middle, some is going to be for the end, okay? Whenever you're going to feel that spark and that passion, that fire again, just get prepared for it and make space for it. That's what March is asking for you, to make space for what is about to start being reevaluated, because at the end of the day, both planets going in retrograde with the eclipse energy coming up, you're going to have no choice but to evaluate, but to have to go back to the drawing board, but to have to go back and look in the mirror and be like, damn, I can do better here. Oh, I need to stop holding on to this emotional baggage, or release these negative habits that could be honestly draining me as an individual. Okay, so that's why I really feel like, you know, for the energy of March, get prepared to say goodbye to some things, especially with the Six of Swords. Some of y'all could even be moving somewhere new with the Six of Swords coming out. All right, I would say with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, mutable signs, I really want you to make sure that you're protecting your energy this month. Okay, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, both of these cards represent deception, chaos, drama, lying, secrets, manipulation, backstabbing. That's why I feel like also one of your other oracle cards came out as avoid toxic people. Avoid toxic people, all right? This one says hang out with people who will uplift you and your spirit, not bring it down. And with both of these cards coming out, I really want y'all to make sure that y'all are staying away from any drama, chaos, whatever, backlash, whatever. Stay away from any of that bullshit that may be trying to drain you or bring you down as an individual for the month of March, because March is already going to be hectic enough astrologically. Who got time to keep adding on extra shit now with people in our lives or people around us or environment? So this is one of those reasons to where I really want y'all to protect yourself, okay? Stay away from anybody that's trying to intimidate you, make you feel like you're less than, or want to challenge you in ways to where they want to see how much you're going to do or how much you're going to go off or just go crazy and crash out, okay? That's not what this energy is giving for my mutable signs, all right? March is going to be one of those months to where I really want you to learn how to trust your intuition more. Okay, with the Knight of Wands, March is going to be one of those months to where you're going to find more ways, or need to find more ways, to become more enthusiastic and passionate about life again, about your goals, about your focuses, all right? March is going to be one of those months to where I really feel like as far as the angel numbers, y'all will be seeing some sixes, especially with 666 coming out. All right, and I know some of that number probably scares y'all. Let's not overthink it, okay? 666 is simply a time to reflect. Whenever 666 come out, look at that to where Spirit is saying, hey, whatever you may be doing, whatever you may be holding on to, whatever you may be in right now, let's reflect on that. Let's make sure that this is exactly what we need to really work on, or if this is something that we need to continue to keep developing, or what we need to let go of so we can become a better person, okay? I also feel like some of y'all will be also seeing some threes. All right, this one says taking more chances in the month of March, and then y'all definitely will be seeing some twos. Y'all got all types of twos coming out for y'all when it pertains to the angel numbers. All right, both of these cards represent compassion. It represents having more mercy. It represents being more adaptable and stepping more into the energy of renewal and finding more balance. And then you also did get 5s and 7s coming out, which represents unexpected shifts and finding ways to compromise more. Okay, so that's what this energy is honestly giving when it pertains to what's happening around y'all. I do feel like a lot of spiritual numbers will be thrown at y'all in all types of ways, avenues, angel numbers, and weight. So I do feel like a lot of angel numbers will be thrown at y'all in all types of ways and avenues, okay? I really want you to make sure that you're prioritizing your health this month. This is a crystal that can help you if you would like to buy it. This one is called turquoise, like the color turquoise, all right? And this one says prioritize your health, your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. I want you to make sure that you are healing your heart. Rainbow obsidian, all right? Heal your heart in the areas where you know you need some more healing, baby, okay? I also did get azurite, Azurite. This one says get laser focused. So this is going to be a real laser focused month for y'all. As like I said, you're going to be challenging yourself. You're going to be really finding ways to really push yourself in ways that you have never did before. All right. This one also says Angelite, Angelite. Support is all around you. Your spirit guides, like I said, will be heavily centered around y'all, giving y'all all types of signs and messages and angel numbers. And then also Lapis Lazuli. All right, Lapis Lazuli. This one says make a decision. Like I said, a very heavy decision type month for y'all, mutable signs. All right, so y'all also did get cloudy coming out, so it's gonna feel a little cloudy for y'all in the month of March. Like I said, it's gonna be that energy of y'all finding ways to push through, finding ways to challenge yourself, finding ways to grow, finding ways to kind of push past the clouds, but also embracing patience at the same time. Okay, you're still finding your way through in the month of March, but at the same time, let's make sure that we're not rushing or forcing things. Let's just make sure that we're just in this energy of like still figuring out our way, figuring out our steps, and figuring out what we're building and working towards. All right, this is also why water came out for y'all. This one says allow it to flow and let that shit go. Real go with the flow type of month. All right, let's make sure that we're not putting too much of a high expectation on things or looking at things. Like I said, with all of the eclipse energy going on, the retrogrades going on, we have no choice but to surrender. All right, and just surrender to the energies of like, you know what, I'm gonna just surrender to whatever the universe is doing for me, but in the meantime, let me challenge myself to do better in these areas. Let me challenge myself to grow in these areas, to be more disciplined in these areas. Okay, this is also why I feel like, you know, your environment card came out. Some of y'all will be moving. Some of y'all may be going on a little trip. Some of y'all may need to kind of just spice up your environment by getting rid of some old furniture, throwing out some old clothes, you know, repainting your room. You know, environment says your environment needs a change. A trip or a move is coming. All right, so it needs a change of environment, baby. Okay, find ways to refresh and replenish yourself or your area and space. All right, and this is also why clear your mind came out. Clear your mind. All right, this one says you're blocking what you need to receive. All right, so mutable signs, March definitely is gonna be one of those months where it's like, all right, I have to do what's best for me. I love that the Nine of Pentacles did come out for y'all. Some of y'all will probably be having some money increasing for y'all as well in the month of March as well. Some of y'all probably could be getting some more streams of revenue, or maybe getting some type of like a raise or promotion at the same time. But I do feel like March is gonna be one of those months to where it's like, you know what, I'm going to have to go through some failure moments. I'm going to have to go through some endings. I'm going to have to, you know, close the door even towards certain things. That's why closed door came out for y'all, because this one says it's time to move on. So really expect a lot of unexpected changes to be happening for y'all in the month of March, because whatever these unexpected changes is happening around y'all, like I said, whenever there's an eclipse energy, we have no choice but to surrender. So whatever that is being removed, whatever that is being put to the forefront that you are being asked to address, heal, or work on or face, that's what this energy is giving for y'all. That's what this energy is letting y'all know. This needed to go, or this is what needs to be a focus. This is what you need, where you need to be more disciplined. This is what you need to start communicating more about and being more self-aware about. This is where you need to start taking more accountability. All right, so y'all are going to be finding ways to kind of pull yourself out of like this hermit mode and push yourself into this energy to where it's like, okay, I'm going through a rebirth, I'm going through a change, I'm going through changing my perspective in ways to where it's like, you know what, I'm no longer dealing with this. I'm going to start learning how to trust my intuition and start fighting in the areas where I need to start being more consistent and being more disciplined with, and stop being too and procrastinating, taking my time with certain things, March is going to be that push that I really feel like my mutable signs need as an individual, that's going to really allow you to grow and go from all of the things that people that just no longer need to be surrounded around your ass right now. Okay, so look at March as a month to where you are leveling up, you are about to bloom, because this is also spring. Look at March as one of those months to where it's like, you know what, this is technically the true new year, especially astrologically, because this is when Aries season start. So just get prepared to have a major renewal, start fresh moment in all of the areas where you feel like, you know what, I'm going to start doing better, I'm going to start protecting myself, and I'm going to start being more consistent when it pertains to where I want to be, how I want to look, how I want to love on myself, and who I want to love on me. Okay, so mutable signs, this was your March reading. Okay, please prepare to make sure that y'all are making space for March, because like I said, March will be very hectic with the astrological things going on. So just get prepared to make sure that you're just giving yourself to slow down, giving yourself time to grow, giving yourself time to reflect, and giving yourself time to replenish and motherfucking elevate in all of the areas where you know your ass need to motherfucking grow. Okay, mutable signs, thank y'all so much for tuning into your monthly forecast reading, and I will see y'all later. Mwah. Bye.